every time we get together for something like this, you never know what's gonna happen.
Everyone, and welcome back for another Tier List Friday video. It's Elizabeth. I'm joined with my friend. Now, usually I do this. I have it on Zoom. It actually goes this way.
So on yours, are you below me, or but we could do like this? We could do like a this way.
No, we're this way.
Or this way. Hey guys, I'm Robert.
This is our third tier list we're doing together.
We're going for a streak.
Robert doesn't even live in the same state as me. Give us a little background about this tier list.
I started a rock band called Headwave during the pandemic, more or less 8 months ago. We just came out with our first album, just came out on Labor Day on September 6th. Self-titled, it's called Headwave, and it's a good old-fashioned rock and roll album. A lot of influence from like that early 90s kind of grunge era, but putting our own fresh twist on it. It's really fun, a great three-piece band. Myself, guitar player Bailey Gordon, we co-wrote most of the songs, and we have a bass player named Carter Upsall, who's also in the group.
This isn't the kind of music I normally listen to, but listening to it, I was into it. Anyone who's like not into that sort of grungy or like rock and roll sort of sound, I think you should still listen to this album because it's a little bit different. Robert and I, we have Supremo, absolutely iconic, better than the average tune, could rock and roll.
Yes.
Def listened to twice.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
And then we have all of the songs in order. I want you to guess what you think my favorite song on the album is. Also, tell me what your favorite song on the album is.
Oh, this is so hard. How do you pick favorites? Guess that your favorite song on the album is Bouncer, No I Won't.
One More Shot is my favorite on the album.
Oh my God, that's so great.
That's Supremo for me. I wrote the harmonies are so fun, that song.
It was one of the most fun songs right in the album because really the song is really just about like bars closing down and we gotta just get one more drink. I don't care if the lights are coming on, I don't care if you're kicking me out, like whatever. I'm getting that last drink and we're all gonna have one more shot before we get the hell out of here. Incredible guitar solo on that song, by the way, too.
Yeah, the amount of times I wrote the guitar solo is so good in this song. What's your favorite song today on the album?
I'm feeling a little energetic today and a little amped up. So
Okay.
I have to say that I think American Runaway would be my favorite on the album.
I like the overall sound to that one.
Could rock and roll with that one.
I feel like that's right. I also will say, I feel like this song could also be Could Rock and Roll.
That thing's heavy. That thing's heavy.
Were you the one screaming?
No, that's Bailey.
That's insane.
That one's heavy.
I really like the lyrics to I'll Always Come Back Home. I love that song.
Yeah, that was one of the most emotional to write. We have this like kind of weird philosophy or mindset in our culture that you always want to look for more, look for the next thing, or see what's on the horizon. Isn't there something really important about always like remembering where you came from and going back home and seeing family and friends and remembering as far as you go in your life, wherever that may be, to like always come back home.
Maybe Absolutely Iconic.
That's kind of where I was thinking about putting it too, because it's kind of got that like slow burn ballad, but also kind of heavy feel. You know what I mean?
For Coastline, I was like, oh, the opening sounds so cool. I really like the vibe of the guitar with the drums in that song. I feel like that song should be in a 90s film.
Our dream is to like all fly out to Los Angeles, come say what's up to you, and do a music video just driving up PCH1. When the song was written, the instrumental was written first, and most of the songs, the instrumentals were all written first, but that song in particular, we were like, what does this guitar and drum groove sound like? And it's like, it just sounds like you're just driving down the coast.
We'll put this in Def Listen to twice.
I want to talk about Tech Ready. That's a cool one to talk about.
You said the jam was so good. I had a question for you. What did you say at the beginning of the song?
The very first day that Bailey and I got together to record, we wanted to check to make sure the microphones were working. Beginning of the song, I said, let's just make sure we're getting some sound, man. I just pressed record. We wanted to make sure all the equipment was working. And then Bailey started playing this riff, and then I started playing along with him. And the entire song was improvised on the spot in one take.
No.
We had never rehearsed that song before.
That's Supremo.
Bailey and I have this really great musical connection.
You did think that Bouncer No I Won't was my favorite song. Which
I thought it was.
I like the build up to the song and the way it sort of like comes down at the end.
Well-written songs can be put in any genre, and they're still well-written songs.
I would say that's better than the average tune for sure.
Thank you.
Especially because it can be, like you were just saying, in any genre you want it. you want to put it.
Classic early 90s. Boy likes girl, doesn't know how to say it.
Do you want to start with the first song on the album, Things Will Change?
Sure,
And
Things Will Change.
Why was
Sure.
that like the first song on the album? I thought it was a really good tonal setup of like, okay, this is what I'm getting into.
I think it's a great way to say it. It's a fun, energetic, like up-tempo rock thing. Bailey does this awesome big like rock and roll. Yeah! I would put that up absolutely iconic.
I was gonna say that too.
It's just like kind of rock and roll at its core. And there's actually another good story. When we were recording this album, my father had resurfaced an interview from Rick Cogan, who was a writer for the Chicago Tribune. At the very beginning of the song, there's a small clip of an interview, and there's a guy saying, "What kind of band are you guys?" Right afterward, you hear this preteen Robert Rashid respond to him saying, "I don't know, just rock and roll, I guess." Over the night. That's kind of a cool one.
I feel like I could go on a bunch of night drives, not having a destination, just going on a drive. That's what this song feels like to me.
Exactly what the song is about.
It's great. Definitely listen to twice.
That's a great spot for it. I would agree with that statement. Voodoo Kings is another fun instrumental one.
I said, hell yes, instrumental. I really liked how that song was placed after One More Shot. We know in albums, there's good songs, but they don't transition well. And I thought that was a really good transition.
I think I would put that one in the hood rock and roll category. You want to talk about On Top Again, though?
I do. I don't even know if this is the exact lyric, but I was like rushing to write it down. My purpose here is so clear.
The song is just about, it's about coming back. It's about redemption and proving people wrong. Everyone went through a super hard year last year. You know, like everyone's lives completely changed. Like my life went completely upside down. That song is just about feeling down and coming back stronger. I think I'd put on the absolutely iconic.
Last, Searching for the Sun.
We're the last one, Searching for the Sun. Wow.
The falsetto in this song is insane.
Bailey's doing the falsetto stuff on this album.
It's great.
That's really cool.
There were times, obviously, I heard you singing, and I was like, ooh, Robert's doing a little singing on the album. Okay, singer.
Okay, changeling. Searching for the Sun is a metaphor for searching for yourself, I guess, or searching for the light.
I think that's better than the average tune, I would say.
I would agree. I like this list right here.
And also look at this. Boop, 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 boop. You guys had heard the songs throughout this video, but please go and check out the album. It's on what? Spotify, Apple Music. Robert, thank you so much for joining me today.
Elizabeth, you are the sweetest. Channel is just so fantastic and so amazing, and everyone should subscribe. If you see this, you smash that button.
All of Robert's social media will be in the description. You can find Headwave links on Spotify and Apple Music in the description as well. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, like Robert was saying. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what other tier lists you want to see me do. I'll see you next Monday. Boom, boom. Bye.
Bye.